welcome back to the Livestream Lounge. We have Jeff from Gourmet Guru joining us now. Jeff, welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Are you enjoying the day today?
Really enjoying the day. I want to congratulate you guys, by the way.
Thank you.
For an incredible event, an incredible site, and all the great work you guys are doing. It's been amazing how you've scaled.
We
this
didn't
thing
pay
out.
him to say that, just
Yeah,
so you know.
We did. I slipped him 100 before he walked on here. I swear to God I did. So
I wanted to really quickly get our viewers to know a little bit who you are. Before you started a distributorship, you were in the Dominican. You were
Yes.
goat farming.
Yeah, you've done your homework.
Yeah, and so how I understand it, you couldn't find a distributor for your products, so you were like, I'm just going to do it myself.
You're pretty close, yeah. I was, in fact, down in the DR goat farming, like most kids from New York City after college, and realized, well, the idea was to export to the United States,
Yeah.
and there were difficulties down there in doing that. And basically, I had an interesting journey to start. Before I started Gourmet Guru, I got to work for a manufacturer locally, actually called La Trois Petits Cochons, the Three Little Pigs Pâté Company.
Don't ask me to repeat that.
Yeah, I had to practice around 10 times before the interview. And they actually have, they're actually located right here in Red Hook.
Okay.
So it's kind of funny how it's come full circle.
Yeah.
And actually, we're launching their products next week. as
Wow.
well.
Wow.
So
That is full
20 years
circle.
later, we're back together.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
So now you run a distributorship here in New York. You take on a lot of smaller entrepreneurial brands.
Yep.
What are some of the trends that you're seeing? Like, let's get a little 30-second update from the New York City streets.
Sure. Yeah, well, we're seeing, cold brew coffee gone crazy here. We launched Stumptown not that long ago, and, the category has just exploded. Which is great to see, and that's been a big one for us.
Yeah.
We're seeing, a lot of better quality prepared foods now.
Yeah.
That's really, the bar is being raised there quite a
Very
bit as well,
interesting,
in terms of the food side of things. On the dairy side, seeing better quality, lower sugar. That's a big thing also we're seeing now.
No more
in
Yoo-hoo
different
and
categories.
Nesquik and-
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, yeah. So those are a few things that
Cool.
we're seeing, yeah.
how about some of the brands in your portfolio? Which ones are performing really, really well right now? You mentioned cold brew and the dairy. Any that stand out to you?
Yeah, I mentioned Stumptown is really, the star for us. We see in Ithaca Hummus is a brand that's doing really well.
Sure,
Okay.
yeah.
Ironically, the folks from Sir Kensington, we're talking about their peas, where they get the secret ingredient for their mayo and stuff. They paired up with Ithaca Hummus, and they're using their the water that they process their chickpeas in.
Oh.
And that one's doing really
So it's
well.
like two brands kind of working together,
Yeah,
like a little
yeah.
bit of byproduct.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mutualism, symbiosis happening with those brands, and that one's doing quite well. And then we're seeing a brand, a very well-established brand that we brought to market, which is Faye Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
They've done some amazing innovation now, which I actually wanted to tell you guys about and connect you with, called their crossovers. They've got some savory yogurts. I was talking about low sugar. Amazing. Cashew, coconut curry cashew.
Yeah.
And they're
Nice.
a well-established brand. So to see them really get on the innovative side of things is great. Is great to see.
Awesome. We only got like a minute or two left, and you're an entrepreneur and you work with a lot of entrepreneurs. What's some of the out-of-the-box thinking that sometimes works when you come from outside the industry in? What are some of the things really quickly that, you hear often that you wish you didn't?
Okay. Well, I think a lot of folks talked about it, but I like to say if you don't evolve, you go the way of the dinosaur.
Sure.
I was talking about Faye, a big brand, and they've been able to pivot and stay fresh and pertinent and relevant, which is really important. So it's always about that unique value proposition as far as startups as well. And then for what I'm seeing that can be a concern is some of the VC money in the space. a lot of them don't understand food industry yet, you know. So that's a bit of a concern. Sometimes we see that, and when I say that, it's sort of like the scale and the speed and the reality of it. I like to say a lot.
How long it's going to take?
Yeah.
It's not, you know, a 6 month. Yeah.
No, for sure. You know,
Yes.
you know the fastest. You know, Chobani was the fastest company to $1 billion in the history of business. I found out one of these events, but you know, it took a while to get there,
Sure.
and Vitamin Water took a while to get there, and
It's
and there were a lot of
certainly a
failures in the
slow
beginning.
build. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something as far as like concern sometimes we see.
Some
Well-
good wisdom there for some of our viewers here.
I know we're just about out of time, but the one burning question in my mind, as a distributor in New York, how expensive are the parking tickets here?
As a distributor, the guy who started driving the truck, don't forget, so it was very painful. Bloomberg was an amazing mayor. First thing he did in office, though, was he doubled the tickets to $110.
Yeah, that stings.
And that's what, thankfully, they haven't gone up since then. But our parking tickets a year are like 60 grand.
Jeez,
So
see?
it's
See?
Price of
insane.
doing
This is the
business
barrier
there.
to entry right here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jeff, a pleasure. Thank you.
Likewise.